Good afternoon, possibly year six. We're now reaching the point where it's our final French lesson via the internet. Next week, you're going to be continuing with this World War French with Mrs. Hand. Today, we're going to be thinking about how we can understand these words which are linked to World War One. To be successful in today's session, we're going to need to revisit the key features of Remembrance Day in the French celebration or commemoration of it. We're going to need to go through some phonemes which are linked to our pronunciation of some key words linked to it in French, and we're going to then need to practice saying that vocabulary and then write out some of that vocabulary, some of those English translations. So, le jour du souvenir enfant. Okay, so can you remember what that means as a title? Some of you remembering when we do le jour means the day. Du souvenir is for us. It's a souvenir is an object we take back. This is a remembrance day for French. Okay, the key celebrations that we've looked at before. Can you remember anything we learnt about it? And if not, we'll learn a little bit about this day. And then can you think about how it compares with our commemorations in Britain? So in the UK, what do we do? When is it? Yeah, it's on the 11th of November because that's when the First World War came to an end, the war that we've looked at in our history sessions. So 11th of November. And on the 11th of November, for 2 minutes, it falls silence. Can you remember the flower people wear? See if you remember the colour of that flower. See if it compares or is just different to the French. So in France, it's the same date as within Belgium, and it commemorates the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the cessation, so the ending of the hostilities on the Western Front where the battles took place. Okay. Now, it's one of the most important military celebrations in France. Okay, so it was it's really important to French because the blood, the loss of life was really high for French. They commemorated, I think, a great deal of it. Rather than calling it the Great War, the French considered the First World War the Great Patriotic War. And then nearly every village in France has these memorials, these stands, which look at the people who've fallen during the conflict. Rather than the poppy as we do, they wear the blue cornflower, Bleuet de France. So that's this kind of a flower. So it's slightly different, but still the idea there's a commemoration, same date, same time, thinking back to the war. Slightly different terminology for the war, but we can see it's still very important to the French. Now we're just going to see if we can remember some of these phonemes, which will help us pronounce some of these words. So this first one is k, then we've got ni, then we've got ooh, and finally we've got shh. Okay, so see if you can remember those. So we've got k, we've got e, we've got ooh, and we've got k. Sh, sh, sh. So let's go. First one is k. Second one is e. You say. Third one is ooh. You say. And fourth one is ch. You say. Okay, so k, e, ooh, and ch. Great stuff. Okay, guys. Now we're going to try and use our knowledge of phonemes to pronounce some of these key pieces of vocabulary from World War One. Okay, so we're going to think about these phonemes and these graphemes when we pronounce these words. So this first word we've got is les soldats. Okay, so we notice les soldats, le champ de bataille. We've got un casque. We've got un fusil. We've got un masque de gas, and we've got la boue. Okay, so see if you can identify, just from your knowledge, maybe of those cognates, so words which are similar or the same in French as in English, or maybe if you notice some of the features of those words, or maybe from your prior knowledge. Are there any of the words that you can identify there? Les soldats, le champ de bataille, un fusil, une casque, une masque de gas, la boue. Any of those that resonate that you can see are the same of words that you already looked at? Okay, let's see. And then we'll practice saying them as we go through. The first one is les soldats. Okay. Okay, so les soldats. I'm trying to play the button, see if it works in the video. If not, it's me saying it as well. Les soldats. Okay, so can you see les soldats? And can you see that that's going to be the people, the soldiers, are les soldats? So say it again. Okie dokie. So les soldats. Okay, soldiers. Then we've got le champ de bataille. Okay, see if you can work out what that one is. Le champ de bataille. Le champ de bataille. Can you say it now? Le champ de bataille. Thank you. And that means the battlefield. Okay, so the place where the battle took place, the place where the fighting took place. Le champ de bataille. Okay, guys. Un fusil. What do you think un fusil might be? What do you think un fusil might be? Un fusil. Un fusil. Can you say it? Un fusil. Okie dokie, let's see how we got on. So we've got the E sound, the fusil, and it's a gun. Okay, so a gun is a fusil, un fusil. Then we've got un casque, and we can see more than one of our graphemes in here, and that's a helmet, and we say un casque, un casque, un casque. So can we all try and say that? Un casque, un casque. Good stuff. Thank you for giving that a good go. So that's a helmet. We sometimes see a casque being a type of coffin that people have after they've died, if they've been in war, if they've been in any other scenario. And it kind of means something that wraps something around. So in casque for that. Now this one, I think if you read it out loud rather than looking at the spelling of the final word, you can figure out what this might be. And again, it resonates with our time at the moment. So it's something for protection. So what do you think un masque à gaz might be? Let's just check our pronunciation. So it's un masque. Un masque à gaz, un masque à gaz. Okay, so there's lots of these different phonemes here. So un masque à gaz, un masque à gaz. Can you say it? Un masque à gaz. Okay, it means a gas mask. Lots of you got that. And our last one, where were their feet? What were they treading on? What was this? La boue, la boue, la boue. Can you say it, please? La boue, la boue, la boue. Okay, so we've got the ooh sound. La boue, and that is mud. Okay, so their feet were in mud. What I'd like you to do then today is you complete this table. So I'll just put it on here. But actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the English version off the sheet that you get. So where it says mud, gas mask, helmet, gun, battlefield, and soldiers, I'm going to take that off, and you've got to try and remember what la boue, un masque à gaz, un casque, un fusil, les champs de bataille, and les soldats, what those mean, and write the English translation next to them. Carry on with that vocabulary next week and use it in some sentences. Thank you for listening to this. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.